Megavon in YouTube. It is Potino Bowen. I am doing rotation video for Lord of the Rings Online, and I am doing a red line champion. So if you want to, you can pause and kind of see what I'm going through here. You can measure it up with what you have if you're playing the game. So with Redline, I'm basically just trying to get my fervor up, which is going to be this attack meter over here, and then dump it when I get into these Vicious Strike, Merciless Strike, and Brutal Strike. I will use every once in a while Feral Strike, but probably not too much. So I do have three abilities technically, that build up my fervor. The first one is Wild Attack, and this does 2 attacks. It also adds 1 fervor. And on a critical, I can get plus 5% the critical chance, and it'll stay on for 10 seconds. On a devastating critical, too, it'll start bleeds. My second ability, and I'm mostly doing these by cooldowns, too. So the shortest cooldown is to the left. Strike, Sure Strike, or Swift Strike, that's another one. Adds power, does damage, and it adds fervor. Obviously, on devastating criticals, it adds a bleed also. The next one is going to be Devastating Strike. This is a single target. Does increase the amount of damage I do. So it will increase my incoming melee, or their incoming melee. So the melee that's incoming to them by 10% for 8 seconds. It also adds 2 fervor. Now by then, I should have 1, 2, 4 fervor on. So what I'm going to do next is use this one. It requires at least 5. With the way I'm set up, I usually get an extra one. So I'll get Fervor Strikes. If not, I'll just go back to Wild Attack and hit it with another one there. And then I'll get Vicious Strikes. What this is, this attack can only be evaded, but will never miss, be parried, or blocked by any level opponent. This is 3 strikes. Obviously, if anything you get devastating critical on, you'll start to get a bleed on it. That's just through my trait line. The second one I'm trying to go through, so I'll try to go through this rotation again. And then I'll try to get Remorseless Strike. This one costs 4. It will reset in Bolden Blades passive back. Same thing, so just it's a double attack. And then Brutal Strikes is going to give me, cost 3 fervor, and it does 3 strikes. I do have Champion's Challenge. This obviously does where the amount of damage I do to him increases. It also has a range, so it's kind of your taunt. Also, if I get up to 5 fervor, I can do Horn of Gondor. This is a 3-second stun up to 5 targets. That's pretty nice. Champion's Duel, you'll see me tap into this quite a bit, only because it's a buff or a debuff to them, but then it buffs me for a little bit, and it only adds it adds a fervor also, but it's only got a 1-minute cooldown, so I'll be using that quite a bit. You'll see me use Heroic Strikes or True Heroics, usually on the mobs, the bosses and stuff. Bracing Attack, this is how I'm going to get my heals. This also costs 3 fervor. It heals for 647 to 708 morale. Fight On is another ability I use. It, however, does have a 3-minute cooldown, so I try not to use it as much as Bracing Attack, because that has a 30-second cooldown. Fight On will let me, for every 2 seconds, I restore 3% morale for 20 seconds. But it is a hot, so you need to do it early if you're getting into trouble. You don't want to do it too late. Obviously, I have my Cleanse here, which is Fear Nothing. Another one, Continuous Blood Rage. I will, this is when I get stunned. I can take this off. It adds Fervor. Also, it makes my, puts me to like a combat range. So while I'm raging, I'll get negative 20% to power cost and plus 50% to all resistances except disease. So pretty handy. But I got to get stunned. I mean, getting stunned is the best way to use it, but you can use it before that. Controlled burn is another buff. It has a minute 30 cooldown, but it does regenerate power, increases my melee, and increases my attack speed. It will also add fervor. So it's kind of my my fervor gainer if I need it in a special ability. Same thing with battle frenzy, same thing, and it's only a 45-second cooldown. So let's go see how we handle this. Oh, I guess I should say too. I do have some other stuff in here. Clobber is an interrupt. Headbutt is daze. I do have blade wall. I probably won't use them because I'm gonna be going single target so viciously that I'll just drop one and go to the next one. Alright, so we'll do this. We're gonna put a little challenge on there. And there we go. Now, he's gonna spawn the worm. There we go. So obviously single target, pretty good. So same thing here, gonna go right into it. Gotta use my heroics here. Gotta get my disease off. I am dual wielding. There we go. So single target, like I said, it's just I'm just going one after another instead of taking area effect out. It's just easier to go one target instead of trying to hit them all at once, especially in Redline. Just the amount of damage you do. Merciful Strike down there, which I will use. It's only really a finisher. So I only use it if nothing's off a cooldown. Alright. Same thing, I got it all the way up. I'm just going to use that right away. Oh, I tried to interrupt it, but I didn't get to. Obviously, I'm also getting some heals from some of my crits and stuff, too. We'll try to see how far we can take it in this dungeon. Same thing here. Gonna go with Let's see how she goes. Over. So as you can see, Redline, very good DPS. In fact, probably one of the best DPSs in the game, along with the Mariners. Absolutely shreds. And I really haven't even gotten in trouble where I've had to use my bracing attack yet, which is my heal. There you are. I've been waiting for you. There we go. I got it before he could even get the worm out. Let's just go get this guy. I'll probably use my control burn and stuff when I get to the boss. Because that area is always a little rough. Especially for single target holes and stuff. Alright, let's do it. There we go. That's gonna make me create a lot of fervor at once. Which is obviously what we're looking for here. I'm probably gonna use a bracing attack here. There we go. Just because of how much is going on. This was all signatures. It wasn't one single normal. The only thing you really do gotta watch out for is power. Power in this, a champion is always something that kind of needs to be watched. There we go. I mean, obviously there is a couple abilities that give you power back. Which one was it? It was one of these. One of these gives a little power back. I thought we were looking at it. It's that one. Alright, so for this one, I'll probably go into the same thing here. Just because I want to get my fervor up. So I am using, not controlled burn, what is it? Frenzy, battle frenzy. So we'll see. Hopefully we can take the last two bosses. I don't think we will, just because there's so many different targets. It's hard to push through on one of them. But we'll see. All right, now we're going to get to the boss here. This is the first little boss we're going to encounter. It has a lot of ads on the sides. If anything goes wrong, just run up the stairs. There we go. Oh, what? I used it. Okay. I used my bracing attack, so I don't know how I went down, but I did. That's fine, that's fine. I mean, obviously, going as red as you do, when you go, you know, so hard in DPS, you can obviously, you do lose some defense. So, not too shocking. It was probably I got 2 worms coming at once, so I technically had 4 mobs on me, or 3. And that's just a little too much for the amount of damage I can withstand. You know? I must have killed one. Huh. I guess we'll see. There we go. Oh, almost got him. That's fine. We'll just go with the bracing attack here. Alright, one down, one down. This is always a tricky pull. Let's try to get down the step here. There is a way to pull him without pulling the boss. It's very hard. And obviously I haven't figured it out completely. Alright, let's try to creep up to this stone. Does that seem right? It seems like the stone would be right? I did it! That's good to know. Remember that, everybody. Alright. We got a worm. Alright, so we took those 2 out. We're going to try to get in this corner. Alright, same thing. There we go. Also, I kind of need those crits to get my health back. If I miss them, or if I'm fighting a target that's a little too high, it will obviously screw that up. Alright, this is it. Now, I'm pretty sure with the way this character is, I can handle this boss by himself. It's the next one where there's the double boss and they have a whole bunch of poles. That one's the one that scares me the most. Alright, let's see what we can do here. I'm gonna eat. I'm gonna pull. We're gonna kill these guys first. want to kill this guy. I don't know why I'm fighting that guy. Alright, now this is the hard one. These guys, I think I can take him out before I fight this guy. So, okay, got him. Now, this is what I'm talking about. This is where it's gonna stop. These worms, they drop poisons all over the place. So I'm gonna try, it's these little ones. Ah, leave me alone! There we go. Alright. We did it! Did it. Now we just gotta wait for these little guys to fade off. There we go. Look at that. Look at that. Alright. I'll come back some other time to do those, but we need to get a wooden chest. So, as well as that went, I'm very nervous of the next one because they're much harder than that. I didn't get my heal around fast enough and stuff, so we'll see how it goes. I'm very concerned. And plus, bracing attack, you have to attack with it. So that's another thing to make sure there's targets. There's going to be a lot of people here. This next poll should be like 2 or 3 mobs, so I don't really like this poll. There we go. Get some poison off. There we go. And here, there's like 4 mobs that come together here. Just on that corner right in front of me. I've died there quite a bit. And I think the merciful strike or whatever, I think it only works after if they're down below 30% health, I think. Plus, I know you get a little bit of heals from killing the mob. So that's another reason why trying to kill him is the best way to do it. I don't trust this guy. Yeah, I know he's going to come get me. Now, I'm going to turn right here. This will take me down to the 2nd level, but also there's a bunch of these. Alright. Now we're gonna go down to the 2nd level. To the left is where the last boss will be, but we're gonna go play with these guys. Now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna stun them. Got an bracing attack there. Ah, died again. Wow. Alright, well. Well, I don't feel so confident with that last guy now. Bum, bum, bum. I'll say that gives power too. Melee. Maybe I shouldn't have went for the stun. I should have just went for the attacks. That obviously makes more sense. Let's move that around. All right. So, yeah, I mean, they do damage, right? That's his thing. Not too much defense. Not too much defense in this character. Alright, we're going back. I think we should only have 2 people there, so I should be able to finish this off. Get that poison off. Oh, there's 3 of them here. Alright, so we got that going. Here we go. Now, this is the one. I'm not too confident. I'm going to try to space out my... Okay, before we get started, let's just go through the rotation again. I'm obviously trying to use Wild Attack, Swift Strike, and Devastating Strike. By then, my Ferocious Strike should be up. Then, usually, I'll have to do Wild Attack at least once. If not, then Swift Strike, and then I should be back with Remorseless Strike. Then after that, I usually just have to hit Wild Attack once, and then I can use Brutal Strikes. In between there, I'm obviously doing this to debuff, but also to pull. Champion's Duel is another one I love to do. It's only got a minute cooldown. And True Heroics, you'll see me drop those right away. Then I'm waiting for a Bracing Attack if I need health. It'll give me a small amount of morale. Fight On, I need to start using that a little bit earlier, obviously. Control Burn is a way to get my fervor up, and so is Battle Frenzy. All right. And then I am using a Merciful Strike, but they have to be below 50% health. And here we go. Gonna fight this guy first. Obviously, things are gonna come out. He's got a Death Aura on me. So obviously I hate that. Because that's taking damage from me right away. I'm going to pop that right now. And there we go. All right, then. So I hope that kind of shows how the red line works. If you have any questions or anything like that, comments, suggestions, so please do not hesitate to leave in the comments. I'm always on Twitch. And on Saturdays at 7 Central to 9, I am on the official LOTRO stream. So please join me. And as always, may you continue adventures with the heart of a hobby. Thank you so much for watching.